What's something you're glad your friend introduced you to? He introduced me to his closest friends, all really great people. Now we all have good times together and share so many things of mutual interest. It's really opened up my world in a way I hadn't previously thought possible. That's beautiful. The best gift anyone can get is new friends. Or maybe second best. A flamethrower would be pretty damn hard to beat. New music. It's always hard for me to figure out what I like, and they helped give me so much from the experiences I got out of it. Themselves. My friend introduced me to pineapples, now I like pineapples more than my friends. Sleep. Seriously. I stayed up all night, had shitty sleep hygiene and poor mental health. We lived together for 6 months and she helped me get on a sleep routine. Changed my life. Edit, many thanks, Anonymous. It's incredible just how much difference a decent sleep schedule can make. I haven't had to use an alarm in years now, and I always wake up at the same time and don't feel like shit. Not to mention just how much more productive during the day you can be. I find most people discover this in their mid-20s. Given what I know of how the human brain works, our neural plasticity quiets down and we form our final brain, so to speak, in the mid-20s. It changes a lot of mental incentives for sure. I suspect they're related. On an off note, it interests me to think about how teens young 20s talk about being 30 and how their life will be over. But many people are content, barring financial relationship stress, with the new adulting lifestyle when they get there. It's because of this big mid-20s brain switch from my experiences. 16-yo you would hate being 30, but your 29-yo self won't so much. Generalizations don't fit everyone, of course, but many of us seem to be fitting into this. I'm currently in my early 20s and am going through what I can only describe as a sea of turmoil trying to navigate through life. You have no idea how much your comment has given me a sigh of relief. Edit, I typed this comment out without as much as a second thought, but the many replies I've received with words of encouragement has truly put my heart at ease. It's weird to say, but I was of the mindset that I'd already sealed my fate for the rest of my life, and the fact I hadn't had everything figured out by now was painting a picture of how the rest of my life was going to go. Thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. Speaking only from own experiences, of course, but don't sweat it. My 30s, my 20s. 20s are a struggle to build a life of your own, 30s are starting to live that life. If that makes any sense. Not only that, but you are so much more comfortable with yourself as a person that you can actually enjoy it. 20s life is so much about building your adult identity while worrying about wasting it and missing out on the tiniest of things, that you rarely smell the damn roses. By 30 you're comfortable with your job and your finances, you're comfortable with your friends and your hobbies, and most importantly, you're comfortable with who you are and what you like. It's also calming to be able to chill on those issues that seemed like the end of the world when you were 22. By your 30s you've lost and then found love multiple times, you've been screwed by the man, but then gotten yours, and you've gained a little perspective on how the world works and how you fit into it. It's a huge relief. You're comfortable with who you are and what you like. That really is the most important. Your response was a very eloquent, much better stated version of what I was trying to convey. Smile, well said. My wife. 37 years ago. I have a similar one. His wife. My girlfriend and his wife are now really good friends, and I love the fact we can do things as a group of 4. To clarify, I mean my friend's wife, not Ops. His wife, I got worried for a second there. I too choose Ops' wife. Rev-reducing thread. Rock climbing. It's become my favorite form of exercise, not to mention how fun it is. Edit, for everyone asking, a rock climbing gym will have all the resources you need to get started if you don't have any climber friends. Oh my god, me too. And then through climbing I've met some of the most incredible people. Not to mention how enjoyable and addictive it is. Everyone I've met climbing is so genuinely cool. Such a fun sport. People who run and people who climb are like specific type of people, dude. Sometimes they do both. There are just certain activities that humans do that truly become addicting for some. I've recently rediscovered my exercise addiction. I missed it so much, through running and, new to me, hiking. I love hiking. I live in a state that is very accessible and great hiking, and I've never taken advantage of it till now. Better late than never, but man, I'm having the time of my life hiking and getting back in shape. Reddit on second thought. I'm not so sure I'm happy about it. Yeah. Reddit can be a bitch sometimes. That Chicago boy, your comment made it into a Reddit video at 3:53. Hello, rock brother. Reddit can rock sometimes too. I feel like everything I like was introduced. I'm shit at discovering things on my own. But I'll say sushi. I was always the guy who gave people the Karen stare because they ate raw food. Until one day my friend told me to shut up and just try a piece. Now I'm planning to gorge myself on sushi as soon as the lockdown ends. Same here. Life isn't the same without fresh sushi. The fact that you can cook your eggs in your noodles while you're boiling them. My new technique is to undercook the noodles, crack the eggs into the pot, bring to high boil for a second, take off heat, cover and let sit for 3 to 3.5 minutes. Perfection every time. How do you do it? Not up, but my parents do the same thing. Tastes especially nice with instant ramen. With instant ramen I bring the water to a boil, add noodles and cook for 2 minutes. Crack in 1 egg, cover, and cook for 1 more minute, then kill the heat and let sit for 1 minute. Firm white with a gooey yellow. Edit, recipe breakdown. Add approximately 1.5 cups of water to a ramen-sized pot. Add to the water garlic powder, onion powder, red pepper flake, a little chili powder, a smaller amount of powdered ginger, an even smaller amount of cinnamon. Bring water to a rolling boil. Add noodles. Cook for 2 minutes. Crack in 1 refrigerated egg. Cover and cook 1 more minute. Turn off heat and let stand covered for 1 more minute. Add either the chicken flavor packet or low sodium chicken, better than bouillon. Devour. This is a loose recipe and you will have to adjust to your own tastes. That's why I didn't give exact amounts of spices. Remember, it's easy to add more, but it's really hard to remove spices once they are in. The best thing I got out of my business economics degree was when my friend gave me a John Mayer CD, back in 2002. Literally the reason I started playing guitar. Now it's my career. I love John Mayer. Are you a solo artist? How ain't you holding up ETHR current situation? All my live gigs gone. Been really tough actually, is likely for rest of the year. Just trying to adapt. Gotta pivot to video, doing live stream gigs and pre-recorded video. Also am trying to keep perspective, people in poor nations have been hit so much harder. So I'm very grateful that we have all that we need. Band director checking in, DM me if you ever need a little bit of extra cash flow. I am fortunate to teach music and still be able to have a paycheck. That said, I'm trying to support artists with a little gift here and there because I know how hard gigs drying up can be. Additionally, I don't know my way around a guitar well enough to teach my jazz band guitar player effectively. I could hire you for some virtual lessons for myself to then teach my kids. I'd be looking for help with blues and pentatonic scales, beginner improvisation, and rhythm guitar comping techniques. Either way, I wish you the absolute best and hope this turns around quickly so you can get back to the stage. Edit. Thank you, kind stranger, for the gold, and thank you for the kind words left by others. My Midwestern roots demand that I refute your compliments, but I'll just leave it at thank you. Moments when Reddit feels wholesome. DD. I would have never played otherwise, and it's so much fun. Same. For years, my friend from university suggested we play DD during a weekend. Every time, I shot him down. Pretending to be an orc or an elf or a whatever the duck wasn't my idea of a good time. Then a couple of years ago someone I was dating introduced me to it, and it was dope. Kill some goblins, eat some cheese, drink some beers. I'm not sure if it was the fact that I was older or the fact that I'd finally got over myself a little bit, but I got way into it. Way into it. Like, a file of notes thicker than some novels into it. I finally got a chance to DM for the friend who'd kept pushing it all those years ago. We're at opposite ends of the country now, and it was incredibly fun, even with the 10,000 what I told you so grin he had the whole time. You should look into Roll20, it's great for playing online. Edit, as some people suggested, Tabletop Simulator is also a great way to play online. A friend of mine accidentally introduced me to the Hitachi Magic Wand when I was helping her move and it dropped out of one of the boxes. She was entirely nonplussed. I think she laughed and said, "My baby." I was somewhat of a prude at the time and was suitably scandalized at her being so open about having sex toys, especially the kind that you had to actually plug in like a duck-in kitchen appliance. Yeah, that lasted all of 30 seconds after I bought one for myself on her later recommendation. Oh boy,